has the power to effect change around this globe, and not just because of the colors of our skin. This nation has the power to effect that change because African human beings were praying. When those ships left the shore of Africa with African human beings on those ships, my ancestors were praying and they were saying, God, take care of my loved ones. God, be on the other shore wherever they land, whenever they get there. The prayers that were sent for the people on those ships followed them to these lands, and the prayers that were said by my ancestors when they got here for something better than what they're experiencing to happen have manifested in my lifetime. I know for a fact that when I go to Beaumont, Texas, or Atlanta, Georgia, or Birmingham, Alabama, if I go to a restaurant, I'm going to see children and grandchildren of former human slave owners, human being owners. I'm going to see children and grandchildren of people who were enslaved right now today, sitting in restaurants, going to parks, going to movies together, hand in hand. Some still ignorant with bigotry and hatred of themselves and other people, but the most of them loving and caring about other human beings like they were families. That is going on all across this country. That is a testament to the love and the commitment of the people who suffered, and that is a manifestation of God at work in our lives right now. So because I can look around me and see the change that has taken place in just my years on this planet, and because change is taking place rapidly, much faster than it did, say, when those ships left Africa and landed here, and much more rapid than when Native Americans were murdered and this land was stolen. From that time to this, the change that has taken place is phenomenal, is mind-boggling, is hard to believe, but they all speak to the fact that change, even more change, is coming. It's coming faster, it's coming greater, and it's coming better. I do believe in a world that children, all children across this planet, are not abused, are loved, are not mistreated, are cared for, are not tortured, are fed, are clothed, are provided medicines, provided immunizations. I see a world where children grow up to be respectable human beings, respectable adults, because they are taught respect from the time that they were babies. That the time that they were in their mother's womb, those children were nurtured inside the womb and they were respected inside the womb. I see that world in my dreams right now. I see it in my heart. I see it in my soul. I see it in my mind's eye that has jumped ahead. I can't see it physically right now, but just the response to the devastation in Haiti shows that what happened in Haiti was an act of God in that earthquake, but the response was an act of loving human beings. 2 former presidents, both don't look like Haitians, down there with their sleeves rolled up. Other dignitaries from around the world, doctors, nurses, social workers, everybody down there in Haiti to respond in a way that, and we're just talking what? Katrina was 5 years ago? So in just the devastation that took place in Katrina and what happened down there and the tragedy that I witnessed and the result of the change that took place from the effects of that tragedy. The response to Haiti was different as night and day. Well, that was just 5 years ago. So that is the confirmation that we are way, way overdue for change. We have no excuse to not be a better world. We are on one planet. We are not, we might look different, we may sound different, we may dress different, we may even cook different, but when we cut, we all bleed red blood. When our hearts go out, they don't go inside me and find a heart that's a different color from a heart of another woman or a lung. And so we have enough things in common that we don't have the luxury of ignoring who we are, what we represent, and how valuable that is. Any child that suffers because of lack of medicine, because of lack of funds for operation, is a tragedy to all of us. It's an embarrassment for all of us. This planet and the wealth in this planet globally is enough to feed every human being, to clothe every human being, to educate every human being. If we can spend the kind of money on incarceration that we do, we are idiots. We are idiots. If we spend the kind of money on incarceration that we do, we don't use that money to get dope out the neighborhood, to get guns out the neighborhood, to invest in jobs, we are stupid. And personally, I'm not stupid. I have a lot of friends that aren't stupid. I have a lot of family members that aren't stupid. I don't believe that the bulk of us are that ignorant. I don't believe that. And nobody can convince me that as a world, and especially as a nation, we are so ignorant that we would continue to flood our neighborhoods with dope and guns, build jails, and call it a day.